You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
We're excited to kick off the third annual Lawn Tourpreneur Series and highlight some of the best and brightest up-and-comers in the lawn and landscaping industry. We're interviewing 6 lawntrepreneurs from across the country and highlighting their success as we share their inspiring story with you. Thank you to this year's sponsors, Yardbook, Equip Exposition, and Staybill for partnering with us on this exciting tour. Don't forget to check out the correlating equipment tour video for each guest on the Brian's Lawn Maintenance YouTube channel, dropping each Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
All right, guys, well, we are jumping on into it here, hanging all the way over in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma, over here at TNT Premier Landscape. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are yourself?
Good, hanging out. It's been a very hot day so far.
Yeah.
We've got more to come, a lot to do. Is it always this hot here, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Yeah, it's maybe even hotter than this. Today we get a cool day, I think.
96, 97 is a cool day.
Yep.
Oh, my God. So Rory with Patriot Lawn Specialist, we're actually able to grab lunch with him today.
Uh-huh.
Anytime I post on Instagram, it's hot out back in Michigan, 88, 92, degrees. He starts texting me and just trolling me. He's like, man, you don't even know what hot is. And then he starts taking photos of the truck dash with the temperature. And it's like 105, 107. Real feels like 108, 110. Is that normal around here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you get in the shade, I don't think it's too bad. But when you're out in that direct sun for several hours, it can get pretty hot. But I mean, still, it's not too bad. I've gotten pretty used to it myself.
In the humidity, though.
Yeah, that's where the big part is. I mean, you can do the straight heat. Yeah. But then if you get like a rainstorm that comes in overnight and something, early in the morning, you'll get lots of humidity and stuff. So
that's brutal. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. I want to know how you guys keep people around in environments like that. Yep. It's hard to get, 18, 19-year-old kids to show up and do work and pay them 18, 20, 25 bucks an hour. But then you had the heat or just, seasonal conditions. So that's a lot. Yeah. So you guys are navigating a lot of these things. Let's just real quick. Let's take it from the top, though. For anybody who doesn't know you guys or doesn't follow you along yet on Instagram, whichever one of you guys want to take it away, but maybe introduce yourselves and then the company, and then we'll kind of pitch and catch a little bit.
Yeah. So obviously, my name is Tab with TNT Premier Landscape. My twin brother here, his name's Trey. We started in 2020, just kind of mowing a couple of yards, obviously around the neighborhood, just like everyone else.
Okay.
2020, we didn't really take it too serious or anything. We were just kind of doing 1 yard. And then 2021, we really realized we could take something serious from it.
Yep.
And then so we kind of just slowly grew. Obviously just doing a couple of yards around the neighborhood and everything. And then we were finally able to venture out a little bit. Got a trailer, truck, everything. And then now we're here. So
yeah. And then one thing, we were started when we were in high school. So that was the hard part. We just graduated this past summer, so
like a couple months ago.
Yeah, like a couple months ago.
Heck
so that really opened up the door for a lot of things. And I personally played football for Bixby, which is like one of the biggest high school football teams you can play for. So that had a lot of my time taken. So I couldn't really. It would have to be after football practice, which wasn't too bad. I could go work, and then he played baseball for a little bit. So that kind of slowed, I would say, our growth a bit, but.
What's crazier? Who's crazier, kids? Baseball kids or football kids? Everybody wants to know. I've had a half dozen baseball kids work for me. They're all psychopaths.
I'd say.
For real,
the kids I know. Probably football kids.
Football?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they do like what's your celly kind of stuff? Not to be like the old cringe guy, but like what's your celly? Like you see these 10-year-old kids that are like doing these little dance moves and stuff. Like that seems like a baseball kid thing, or is that not?
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know? That's what the kids are doing these days. Like,
I mean, we have like kids that are TikTok famous at my school, but that's like
really
about it.
Okay. No, like when they celebrate, when they get a touchdown.
Oh, you're talking about like celebrations?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't really celebrate in high school. Like
no.
Yeah.
You get like a penalty or something.
Yeah, you get a flag.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you can't you can go celebrate on the sidelines, but you can't like start dancing in the end zone or anything. So.
Yeah, way to penalize the performers, right?
Yeah.
They're already knocking you out at high school.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you guys were demanding sport though, because your guys are, like you said, ranked top 10 or something.
Yeah,
so it's not just football.
Yeah, we just came out like the rankings did, and we were ranked top 10 for the past season.
That's awesome.
And in the nation. So
wow. And so getting out of high school, obviously transformative with both of your guys' schedules. Now you're full time into this thing.
Yeah.
We'll break down some of the growth even because and you can share as much or little as you want, obviously, with numbers, but double, tripling, quadrupling, in a 12, 18 month time frame, that's insane.
Yeah.
Did you guys expect all of that, or was that all by design? Or what are you thinking right now?
I mean, it was kind of designed, kind of was thought out, and then at the same time, it also wasn't. I know we always kind of thought of where we wanted to go, but we didn't necessarily think it would come this fast.
Yeah, we never really knocked down the pavement until this year. We upped our advertising this season, and really, I don't know if Tab agrees, but I think networking with local other companies has been huge for us.
Yep. Okay. I was gonna say that was probably the thing that's helped us get to where we are now. And we've done some advertising, but nothing, super crazy. But I think most of the things we've achieved and most of the accounts we've gotten came from talking to other people in the community and just talking to other business owners and everything. And not seeing them as like competition or anything, but just seeing them as like a helping hand. And
because right now, especially, everyone's got the work coming in, but the labor force isn't as high for most companies. So the work's coming in, but they can't do it. So, hey, you guys, it's kind of a thing that we do is if somebody needs if they have a property they need to get done, we can kind of share it with other people. And that's where we've kind of gained some of the larger accounts that we've had.
Okay.
A couple HOAs and some other large properties we've gained from having the manpower and the availability to do it from other companies that have been given the contracts to us. So
okay.
That's the contacts to get to the contracts and everything.
Yeah.
And just get our foot in the door on providing an estimate, good quality estimate, and then getting that approval back.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, let's take it back to the beginning because you guys got started cutting grass. You said 4 years ago, which isn't that long ago. You guys are 18, 19.
Yeah, 19.
So what was the idea getting started? Just making some extra income? I always love hearing where people come from and starting out because everybody gets started for different reasons,
Yeah, we just kind of helped our dad. He mowed the yards. We kind of helped him. And then we kind of grew into it. We kind of started to find a passion for it a little bit.
Yeah, when we first started, 4 years ago, I didn't ever, it was as of until a couple years, like last 2 years that I really figured we could make a business out of it.
Yeah.
It was just more of a
side hustle.
Keep me busy and the money would come second. I would always like to just stay busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've always loved to be outdoors, so.
Yeah, that first year, like I said earlier, we did maybe 1 or 2 yards, nothing crazy at all.
Right.
Second year, we probably did just a little more than that. And then really, I'd say within the last 2 years is when we've really ramped things up. But yeah.
That's crazy. And this year, if you don't mind me sharing, you said you were doing 180 accounts.
Yes, sir.
So how do you go from 2, 3 long, you know what I'm saying here? If I'm listening in, I'm going, and I'm 17, I'm going, oh, okay. So you're telling me in 2 years I could get 200 accounts.
Yeah, it might sound impossible.
Yeah.
But the things that we have done, which we did do, what was it? A couple thousand mailers at the start of the year.
Yeah, we've done marketing and stuff. It's not like we haven't just done anything. We've done a good bit of marketing, like I said. But nothing crazy, I would say.
We've just provided good service, and then whenever the opportunity has arose, some of the contracts from other people, we've jumped on them. But then we've also had quality pages on social media, quality work, and we're all uniform, so we all look clean and quality people. So
and then the word of mouth and everything obviously just spreads when you're doing the good work and you look like a professional company.
Yeah.
Stuff's going to lead from that alone.
Well, and you guys are approaching your Instagram page, which is how I got to know you guys. And I think somebody even might have suggested your guys' page, and I followed, and we were, making friends, obviously. But you guys are, I always tell folks, if you're going to build an Instagram, either make it B2B, like business to business or buddy to buddy, or make it business to customer.
Yeah.
And you guys are going more the customer route, which is appropriate and super smart. Mine's more like for other lawn bros and other lawn friends.
Yes.
But your guys' page looks great. And there's a couple people, I start thinking about quality of work. I think Logan Manning, Earth Advocate, Jeremy Connect with JJ Grounds, you guys with quality photos, imagery, video. You guys are doing a really good job. And that I would imagine has led to work, or at least conversations.
Yep. Yes.
For you to be able to go sell work.
I definitely think so. I mean, we try to we have a guy who comes and takes professional photos for us.
Okay.
So we put those out there, and then just leaving with good photos. I always try to make ourselves look like the bigger outfit.
Yeah.
Even though maybe on paper we may not be.
Mm-hmm.
But I always like to kind of look that step ahead, or look like that, like I said, bigger outfit. That way it can kind of lead us into the direction we want to go into the long-term future. And we can just kind of get ahead on that early. Like,
it makes you jump ahead. It helps you jump ahead than having to retrace your steps when you are the larger company and you want a good social media presence. Then you don't have to rework yourself.
Right. Love it. Love it. And that you couldn't have said any more true isms right there, because when you're shopping as a office manager or somebody with a site that they're trying to get taken care of for lawn or snow, they don't want to see little tiny residential mulch jobs.
Yeah, right.
If they have a giant 5-acre campus.
Yep.
And you guys do a great job at showing, like you said, whether it's a little fake it till you make it, it's fine. Like, I get it. I don't think you should rent a Lambo and pretend you're bigger than you are.
Right. Yeah,
but if you can, frame your photos correctly and say, like, hey, we're here to take on your next site or campus, call TNT today.
Yep.
Like, that language speaks to somebody out there as an office manager that wants to scoop you guys up.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly kind of what we're doing. I mean, I don't post like the flashy stuff or to gain the followers.
Yeah.
I guess in a way, I always just even on our Facebook and on our Instagram, I just kind of post it as advertising. So that way, like you said, those managers and stuff who see the page, they can be like, all right, these guys are. There's a nice professional company that can take care of our needs in a timely manner and just provide us with a quality good service.
Which our branding has really arose this year. Like we put vinyls on our trucks that are a little bit larger, but they're also cleaner than what we had.
Okay.
Just more simple, straight to the point. It's just a logo, which you'll see probably later.
Yeah.
And then we got a branded bull website, which we thought was just...
You guys went with Adam and Lauren?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. Because, I mean, I made it was like a Squarespace website or something just to get us out there on a website.
Right.
I mean, we still have Facebook, Google My Business, all that sort of stuff. But then I made that website just kind of as a Band-Aid, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Until I finally looked into the other options that were out there. And then we finally pulled the trigger on a branded bull website.
Dude, that's awesome.
And just from a couple customers that even talked to us, they've just said, hey, your guys' website, it looks really professional, looks nice and organized. It portrays that bigger company look. So we're just anything we can do to make us look like one of those big national companies. If I mean, not even national, just a nice big company around our area.
Yeah. A player, local player.
Yeah. I mean, but we're also not tiny by any means, but we're also not extremely large. So, I mean, you could say we're faking it a little bit, but nothing too crazy, I should say.
No, and you deliver on the work.
Right.
At the end of the day,
you
can fake your presence. Hey, we don't have a yard and we're operating out of 2 storage lockers.
Yeah. Yep.
Who cares? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as long as you're taking care of the work.
Right.
And Jason Cromley, Hidden Creek. Did you guys happen to see that shop tour video or the podcast that I did with him?
Yeah, I watched the YouTube video there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I mean, amazing individual. There was so many nuggets in there. If you guys did not listen to that podcast episode specifically, I would invite you to go back, 4 months ago and check it out, because I said, Jason, what's the secret to getting, to a larger company? And he goes, if you want to get to $1 million or $2 million, the first thing you got to work on is quality work.
Yep.
He goes, just deliver. For the crying out loud, just deliver. Then the referrals will start to come on in. And I can see that's what you guys are doing right now. You're already laying that foundation, that groundwork to getting quality work done. We drove by a bunch of you guys' sites this morning. Got lunch with Rory, got some Mexican food, which was really good.
Yeah.
And by the way, if I come into town, folks, please don't take me to Carmine's or some steakhouse. Like, I'm not that guy. My wife and I will do that for a date night. Let's just go get some Mexican or some Chipotle. Let's just go hang out and chill. But so we were driving around a bunch of different sites that you guys have. And it's really, really cool. Like, the work speaks for itself. And you guys have figured that out at 18, 19 years old. Like, that's what you got to get done.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, the work comes first, and then anything else. I mean, that's how you grow. If you don't have good work, you're not going to grow.
Exactly. Yep. Actually, we're bidding on an HOA myself back at home. It'll be a 2025 deal. I'm really hoping we get it, obviously. It's right next to an HOA that we do. And the guy calls me and he goes, long story short, his name's Mark, and he goes, I know the quality of your work because you do the HOA next to ours. He goes, so I already know you guys do a good job. He goes, now we just got to talk numbers.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, like it's nice going in and not having to quote unquote sell.
Yep.
Of course I can negotiate, But at the same time, like I don't have to go in and say, no, we can do this and our company can handle it and it's not too big of a site. But when you lead off of that and your Instagram reflects that, nobody's questioning, are these our guys? Now they're just saying, well, what's the price? Yeah. And what's your payment terms? Yep. And then usually like that's like the tip of the iceberg stuff. Yep. You can handle that. That's 10% of the conversation.
Yeah. And you can also do like some other things that can help once you get to talking the numbers and stuff. You can provide a nice, clear estimate that's not hard for the customers to read or anything.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I've actually got a lot of feedback from these larger HOAs that we're doing. They're like, your price was very competitive, if not a little bit more, but we decided to go with you because your guys' estimate and the wording in there was super clear.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I've kind of just noticed. Like you can do a couple small things that are very simple. It's just providing clean and clear estimates that are easy to read, that don't have just a bunch of more words that you don't need.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a 12-page.
Yeah, a bunch of filler stuff. You don't need to provide a 10-page booklet for an estimate.
Yeah. I remember I was listening to Kayla and Brittany Allman talk about that just the other day on their podcast, Key Contractor podcast. And Brittany was saying, I think we lost a couple of quotes because it was so complex. But, they're doing massive hardscape jobs.
Right.
So they want to spell out every detail. But if you're mowing grass, it's like, we'll make tall grass short. Yeah. We'll be there 29 weeks straight.
Yep.
The end, like obviously you want a little bit more in there, but you don't want to overpack it either.
Right.
The teen tour rolls on right after a word from our sponsor.
Experience success at the Equip Expo in Louisville, Kentucky, October 15th through the 18th. It's the green industry's premier event, covering landscaping, lawn care, and outdoor equipment. Whether you're a new or seasoned pro, there is something for you. Join us for a welcome reception on Tuesday at Churchill Downs. New this year, we have happy hour with the Crashers on Wednesday, a blend of networking and a concert experience. And don't miss Energize, hosted by Brian Fullerton, where you'll get help with marketing, hiring, sales, and purchasing. Thursday night, it's Trace Atkins in concert, and new for 2024, we are introducing our certification center in the West Wing, offering certified courses in pesticide continuing education, turfgrass pesticide application, chemical application, and tree care and shrub. Parking is free. Use code Brian for 50% off your admission ticket. Click the link in the podcast description and join us at Equip October 15th through the 18th.
What are you using to present or send out those quotes? Any software, CRMs? You can talk about whoever, I don't care. But has anything worked for you? Anything that you found? What have you guys adopted more lately?
So CRM, we're just using Yardbook currently.
Okay, cool.
We're looking at the other options such as like LMN and everything, just to take advantage of the other options that are inside of that CRM, such as like the budgeting and the crew app I've seen where you can.
I'll show it to you before we leave.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah, I can definitely see that being just an extra game, like you said, game changer.
Yeah.
Because Yardbook's great, but I would love to see those extra budgeting features and stuff.
Are you part of our Link membership, by the way?
I am not.
Okay, not yet. We'll get you. But I'm gonna share a share screen webinar with our snow work. I know you guys don't do a bunch of snow work over here, but if anybody's listening in, I'm gonna drop that in the Link membership, and you can see our cost, our prices, our break even, our profit. Dude, it's insane. I love Yardbook. I'm glad that you're using Yardbook.
Right.
And there's a bunch of other great ones out there. But imagine Yardbook times 10, times 20. Yeah. And you guys obviously grow into 500,000 plus. You're going to need more numbers to make more educated decisions. So if you guys are going north of 500,000, LMN type stuff is, my opinion, where it's at.
Yep.
But I'm glad you said Yardbook because you're one of the tour sponsors. So that always helps. I didn't know that. I don't care if you use Jobber, this guy or that guy. Obviously, I appreciate the tour sponsors, but I don't have any equity in Yardbook, so it is what it is, But that's awesome. That's cool.
We use Yardbook for obviously invoicing, and then we send out some landscape estimates on that, and then just some simple mowing estimates that aren't too complex. But as we get into the HOAs and the larger, more complex full year-round service estimates, I actually send those out in a nice emailed Word document that I've made that we used, and then just send that out in email, and then follow that up with follow-up letters and everything, and answering any questions they have with that.
Love it.
And then we just obviously, like I said, accept the payment through Yardbook.
Okay.
It's pretty much what we use there.
Sweet.
And for any other software things we might use, we use the budgeting and cash flow calculator from your Academy Entrepreneur Academy.
For real?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, I use that. That helps.
Did I owe you like $20? You're promoting all the good stuff, right?
No,
well, folks, when I pick people to be on the tour, it's not like they have to use this and that.
Yeah.
It's nothing like that.
Yeah, I don't even think we've talked about that before.
No,
me and you.
never.
I saw it on your website there, and like I said, I didn't really have a couple last year, so I didn't really have. I mean, I knew about what I was doing, and then I kind of got that, and I mean, it's like you've said before, it's a good stepping stone in a way to get to those larger CRMs that offer even more.
Yes.
But I mean, even that calculator's, I mean, it's helped us
to get your man hour rate under control.
Yeah,
like everything's going to rise and fall on that.
Yep.
Like, and if you're just starting out, I don't really do much of the yard book stuff, but I've seen your budgeting tool and then just yard book. That's all you would really need, just starting out.
Dude, you get to $500,000.
Yeah, a kid our age starting out, that's all you'll need.
Yeah,
I mean, anybody starting out really.
I don't care your age.
For real.
Starting out, that'll help you out right there.
That right there will just, I mean, put you one step higher than someone who's not offering that. And yard book's free, so I mean, it's like a no brainer.
The calculator is $100.
Right.
If you need it and you're in dire straits and you can't afford $100, email me. I'll get it to you for free. It's not. I don't care. I just want to get these things in people's hands because I didn't have that stuff for my first 12, 13 years.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, we're making $50 on this lawn or $80 here, and people are like, what are you making per man hour? I go, couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
Don't even know. Don't even know what my overhead is on this stuff.
And then the more people who use it too help the industry rise up.
Everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's a chain effect for anybody.
The best thing I can say, and no pitch here, but that same epiphany you're having using that is how you're going to feel again when you use LMN.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can imagine.
We've already talked about
it's a lobotomy, dude.
Yeah. Now that they offered that new
Pro.
Yeah.
Or the business builder.
Yeah.
The
new tier. Yeah.
Yes.
That's even, I mean, it's just been like, it's like a no-brainer at this point.
My quest this fall winter is to help 1 million people freaking move over to the starter bundle or the business expansion, whatever they call it, the first tier, with Mark and his masterminds. I'm telling folks, like, I'm not saying like don't resist change or like I'm not trying to sell you on anything. I'm just telling you there's more to be desired, and once you get it, you'll go, oh my god, I wish somebody would have told me this 5 years ago type stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But again, it's hard for me to talk about it and not sound like I'm just trying to sell it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, just like the calculator, I'm like, if you don't believe me, get it, use it. And then if you think it was worth $100, pay me later.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't care. It's not a cash grab. It's just, but you know, everybody's a guru. Everybody's selling you something. Everybody wants to be a part of something. And I'm like, dude, no, I don't want to operate that way. But no, I really appreciate the kind words.
Yeah.
That's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me at least, looking at it on like the website, just kind of looking over it, I was like, this is too much for me to worry about right now. I mean, it takes a little bit to get all the information and everything put in there.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, once you get it in there, it just
spits it out.
Yeah, it just tells you it gets you a really close ballpark on exactly.
Yeah, I would wonder to run the numbers on how much just that small $100 investment has.
Oh yeah,
has made us more money just knowing.
Dude, I know. Like LMN, the HOAs I'm quoting and bidding right now, like there's sites that were up $5,000, $2,000, repricing them, you know, with LMN.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff we were pretty good on, but just, I mean, if the whole, like you said, software cost $5,000 a year, I know we've made it back just on one site repricing it accurately, you know, and then everything else is in the black, you know, so. Folks, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to give you a pitch here. A lot of you guys have been listening for a while. You know where my heart is. But there is a quote unquote better way. And Mark Bradley's going to have those mastermind sessions going through again this fall, winter. So I hope to see a bunch of everybody at all of them. I'm going to go do a couple of them for sure. But if you guys have not plugged into those, and it's not even drinking like the LMN Kool-Aid, I'm just saying, just dialing in, knowing your business better.
Yep.
That's really the conversation. I don't care what CRM you use to get there. But at the end of the day, like just run a business like a real business. Let me ask you that question for both of you guys. Like obviously brothers, you guys are doing this together. How do you guys manage, you know, the day to day, or like you said, somebody's worrying about billing, somebody else is worrying about equipment maintenance, or somebody's got crew number 1, crew number 2. Like what does all that look like? How do you guys run the day to day?
Yeah. So, this was like, so Trey is actually going to college. Yeah. So now it's changed a little bit. But it was more kind of diverse. So I would find we found what works best for us.
Yeah, I would run like the maintenance routes.
Right. Okay.
And then we do a bunch of irrigation and like landscaping. So Tab would go out and pretty much do any landscaping, and he was always busy with irrigation, but we're still navigating a couple things as I recently moved off to college.
Yeah.
Which that's going to take a little bit of time, but once we get that ironed out.
Are you when do you guys start up? I guess probably any minute now.
We start up school on this coming up Monday, and I moved in last Saturday. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So this whole week I've been here, trying to navigate what's the best way, where to send people, what's the best way to take care of all our customers in a timely manner and keep them all on the same track.
Yeah, which is going to take a little while because, I mean, we've been working and we've been together pretty much our whole life. 19 years we've been doing stuff together. So, I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time, but we'll have the people that we can
rely on.
Rely on. And once we just get a couple things figured out, it'll all be good.
It's just another season, life.
It's just another
couple years.
Yeah, another factor added on to a hectic season so far.
Yeah, but I mean, it would happen sooner or later.
I was going to say,
eventually we're going to get older and move our separate ways and stuff. So I mean, it's not the end of the world.
It's not
by
the end
any
of the world.
means,
It's not going to crush our business either.
Yeah,
so.
everything's still going. I mean, the same way.
It's
it
probably
was.
actually going to help our business. To be honest, it'll help us,
not
add
fight
more
each other
people
evermore.
Add more people, get people.
Add more people to help us grow, and we're not going to be fighting each other.
Trey can say, "Hey, from the 50,000 foot overview, it looks like you're messing this up." And Tab's gonna be like, "Dude, you weren't here last week.
You haven't been here 2 months.
Yeah,
You don't know it rained all night on Monday morning.
Why are we paying overtime? Listen, dude, shut up."
Yeah, you left.
We had a monsoon for 3 weeks.
That's funny. I always wonder about the family dynamic because, like, my younger brother and I, best friends, but also we could kill each other. Like no holds bar. I'm sure one day we'll get in the octagon together because we probably should just to get it out, But also you can team up and tag team and do millions of dollars worth of business together.
Yeah, people have always told, I've heard, especially when we started, people are saying you should never start a business with your family or your close friends, but
business or
honestly, I think that's the best thing we have done is done it together because we have the same mindset and we know where we want to go. So
love it.
I mean, we're going to have our arguments, but if you just work them out, it's only going to help you because you have 2 people compared to 1 that know where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we have the same mindset, but we each have kind of different things, so it widens our perspective on what we
there's
can
more
do.
there's more options to how we can attack one thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 different opinions compared to 1.
You weren't very into irrigation a whole lot, but I was
because I didn't understand it, but you obviously understood it, and that's
Passionate
probably
about it.
added a bunch. That's probably added. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's added
tons of money
into
to our top line.
Yep, and then there's a couple even small things like annual flowers. I wasn't a big fan of them,
But I love annual flowers. This is probably my favorite part besides fall cleanups.
Really?
So,
Yeah.
and
There's a lot of money in flowers. If you do it right.
and if you do enough flats, I mean, you can charge really good amounts for.
What are you getting a flat if you don't mind me asking? What are you trying?
$35 to $40 a flat.
Okay.
But I mean, you times that over. I mean, some houses there's an HOA we do that has 45 flats.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
I've got an HOA that literally has 250 flats.
Yeah. I mean, the 45 is nothing.
We don't do
Some of these
it.
places.
Let me rephrase that. It's next to the one that's next to the one I'm probably going to get.
Yeah.
And I can see where this is going. And I'm like, I do not want the flats of flowers. I'm like, dude, that's got to be a couple hundred flats of flowers.
Yeah.
And
they're super easy.
They're very easy to do.
You take a little drill.
No, that's what I do. Yeah.
Just pop them in.
Yeah, I do like 20, I don't know. I don't want to bullshit. Probably 20 flats of flowers, in the spring, a couple HOAs.
Yeah.
But dude, I don't know. To me, that sounds miserable being there. I'll fly Trey out. He can come. I'll get your day rate, bro. I'll sub it out to you. You can literally do a job in Michigan. We'll come for the week, do all of our flowers.
Sounds good.
I was at Marino Landscape in the spring, another shop tour, and they had one job that was 1,000 flats.
Yep.
And they were like, it took us all week, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 people, whatever it was. And but he's like, that's big money for us. Is the flowers. I never would have thought, but
yeah, those big commercial companies and stuff, like our flower supplier that we get our flowers from, they have a big calendar, and I just see every single day filled up with one of the biggest companies in town.
Wow.
And it's just like flowers.
take those tray, carts.
Yeah, they load up like a box, a Zuzu style truck with the big carts on it, just full of them.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
thousands of flats. And they have usually the Hispanic guys are on the mow crews or landscaping, and then the wives will be out there doing the flowers. Which is pretty crazy. Yeah.
We don't really see that here.
No. Back at home, all the ladies, for a lot of the big companies that have the Hispanic crowd, that's what all the ladies are doing, which is awesome. I mean, I mean, I'm sure they're all probably ringing the bell. Hey, we need help.
Yeah.
And the wife or the mom or whatever is probably like, hey, I'll go out there for $20 an hour. Let's go. That's awesome. Yeah. Talking about roles. So if you don't mind me asking, I always like talking business finances for a quick minute. you guys are younger, you're living at home, you're going to college, so your financial obligations are pretty minimal other than maybe your trucks or whatever. But as you guys have grown, there's real pressure with financing more trucks, trailers, mowers, the whole deal, right? So how have you guys navigated the financial conversation? Like, has it been easier, harder, more stressful, or is one a saver, one a spender? The only reason I ask is because we had the Wilson brothers on, we had the Freeman brothers on, and like you just said, Trey, like you don't mix family and business or family and finances. And I think it just depends how you go into that relationship.
Yeah. I mean, I think we both have had the same vision and mindset on where we want to go. So the money, like you said, one hasn't really been a spender and one hasn't been a saver. I mean, we buy as we need. We don't have a whole lot of extra.
Right.
We have what we need and what gets used every day.
And then if we're going to go buy like a truck or if we're going to purchase a new larger piece of equipment, we usually think about it for like we plan.
We probably think of it more than we need, more than we should.
We're planning, like we've been planning, like we know we need to upgrade a truck before fall, but we've also been looking for the right deal.
Yeah.
And to arise, and we haven't found it yet, so I'm not going to go spend something that is not needed at the moment, but
because it's not in dire need at this given moment, but we can see it in the future that we're going to have. So
we've been looking out all year for the right moment, And if the truck arises, we'll buy it anticipating the growth.
Right, right.
That's how I think that's how we both think.
Yeah, like in the spring, like when we bought a couple of new Skags, we bought 3 Skags, and we saw like in the winter that we had some old John Deeres and they were starting to have some issues. So we both saw. We want to go in the future. We want to have something that's ready to go in the spring. So we just went in and got rid of those and bought brand new Skags. I mean, that wasn't really anything that we've like put too much stress on or anything, or didn't have really any disagreements on. I think the most disagreeing was what deck size we need to get to do its best. I mean, it wasn't the money or anything, like the financial side.
I think the biggest disagreement was the dump trailer.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big proponent on buying the dump trailer, and I think Tab wanted to get it before we did, but the second we got it, we should have got it whenever he said
I think it was a no-brainer.
It was no-brainer.
Yeah.
We were unloading. We don't do a whole lot of landscaping, but we do enough to where it's justifiable. And just even picking up sticks and limbs, and just having that trailer there. I mean, we have it where we keep all our stuff. We have it as just parked there, and we have it as like a dumpster. Yeah. So we just dump everything in there, take it to the dump one time whenever.
And the dump fee because we don't have a trash container where we store, so we kind of use that. Compared to if we had to dump the truck like with all the water bottles we have and like bags of grass, we can just throw it all in the trailer and pay the same fee, the base fee to dump the trailer as of the dump truck. Like the
if we go to the dump every day to dump the truck, we can just dump the truck in the trailer.
And we've probably saved hundreds of dollars.
And that was like one thing we were. I mean, from the financial side, I was like, we should do this for this reason. And Trey was like, no, I think we can. I think we're doing just fine how it is. And then I was like, no, I think. I mean, it'll be.
I've had 100 guys say to me, like, as soon as you get a dump trailer, you'll wonder how you ever did without it. And we don't have one yet. Next spring, 1,000%. Like. Not that I'm getting killed on delivery fees or dump fees or anything like that, but for sure we could be loading a lot more for our dump, building a big leaf box instead of the little dump insert, and then hauling material, of course, in the spring. As we get these larger commercial sites and HOAs, and where we start to deliver, I got one right now I'm bidding. It's 50 yards of mulch. Yeah. Like that would be 5 deliveries or 4 delivery fees or 3 delivery fees, which right there, if that's $200 a month, that just pays for your monthly payment if you financed a dump trailer.
Yeah. That was like even us with our mulchings. We did. We do bag mulch. Like we were telling Brian earlier, we do bag mulch, and we had so the current trailers we have are load trail landscape trailers, and they have a little dovetail on them, so you can't drive the pallet onto the trailer all the way. Yeah. So we had to hand unload. We got
all the bags onto the trailer from the delivery place.
Wow! Because they don't have like extended forks or something.
They used a forklift, so they didn't have like a skid steer or anything, and the forks weren't long enough from our supplier, so we had to unload the pallets at the yard into the trailer and then unload them again.
But then we could have had the dump trailer where
it's just flat. They can just drive
1,000%.
So,
and then we got the dump trailer after all the mulching.
All of our
mulching.
But, and it was just like small stuff like that. I mean,
did you learn and grow?
Yeah. I mean, we had like, I wouldn't even say a disagreement on that. It just wasn't a let's get it at this time agreement.
Yeah, it wasn't really an important thing at the time. But now that we have it, it should have been.
You all learn and grow as we just continue to make reinvesting into the business, right? Like I've had my 6x14 or 6.5x14 utility, built walls on it, 4 foot high plywood side walls, and loaded that thing up with grass and leaf material, and I've pitchforked that thing out more times than I care to ever do for the rest of my life, you know? So somebody's like, not that anybody would say this, but if they're like, oh, lazy how with a dump trailer, I'm like, listen, bro, I've put in my dues. I've pitchforked out that trailer 4 feet, 5 feet high of grass clips and leaves, pitchforked it. I mean, it took 1.5 hours once with me and another guy. We're just, and you know, at the same time, you got all the other big dog landscape companies coming in with their dump trailers or dump inserts, and they're just dumping and going. And I'm like, yeah, we're losers, but I'm broke and I'm trying to figure out life, you know. And this was 5 years ago conversation.
Should have done the pallet and chain method.
I seen that. Yeah,
That's what we did.
I know. Did you really?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah.
Last year. I mean, that thing works fantastic.
Well, 6 years ago, like, dude, it sounds so weird, but like Instagram was barely just getting stuff like that on there. You know, like YouTube, like I didn't see stuff like that until just 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah. So now you got some 17-year-old kid that's like, man, I don't want to pitchfork stuff. And now he's listening to yours. Yeah. He's in year 1 and he's going to get the pallet with the rope and then put it to the loader. Oh, yeah. And then just pull the trailer forward.
That's like every guy here. Yeah. I don't see, I mean, I see maybe 5 dump trailers each dump run.
No, now we're going to go into a whole different conversation of Oklahoma.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
or Tulsa.
It's very different.
It's very different here. Dude, you were making me laugh with driving here. I was like, we had this trailer on the side that was on the side of the road from a crew, and I was like, why isn't that like the shrub, the trees, the branches, the limbs are just literally hanging out 3 feet past?
Oh yeah, you'll see that everywhere.
Yeah, and they're sticking out the top. And everything. Yeah.
I was like,
no
why
tarps
is that? I go, that thing's not tarped down.
You didn't have a trailer gate on there.
No. You're like, I'm like, why isn't that tarped down? You go, why would you tarp it? I
don't need to.
I go, dude, it's like
you don't even have to put trailer tags on. You don't have to tag your trailer. Right off the lot and you're good to go.
Dude, it went from like bad to worse to are you kidding me? And like the way you guys kept saying stuff, I'm like, why isn't that tarped? You're like, why do you need a tarp? I go, he has no doors. You go, who needs doors? And then I go, you get a ticket for that. They go, well, you don't even have to register a trailer here. And I go,
I think there's probably, I mean, you might, but
I don't know.
Not many people do here.
No, I really don't think you have to put a tag on your trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe I think for probably insurance purposes or something you might, but who knows? But
I was saying, like, if you leave our yard, I mean, there's DOT usually across the street and they're going to snag you.
Yeah, I've only seen DOT on the interstate. And that's like pulling over large semis.
Shout out to Oklahoma, man.
I haven't seen very many of those either. So
well, we might get Jenks now. There might
no.
pop up everywhere.
You live in Jenks, like, isn't that the city?
Yeah, but we might get Jenks.
No, don't get Jenks. No, we're not gonna jinx it. Knock on wood, bro. Dude, if you send me a photo next week Monday, dude, you'll never believe it. I'll feel so bad. I'll pay the ticket. We got you.
All right, let's go ticket hunting now.
Yeah. No. We don't need to try to make viral videos like freaking Mags Landscaping. You ever see Tom stuff?
Running over his fence and stuff?
Yeah,
his trash cans.
Dude, the trash can one. Oh my god! Like with the V blade and shoots it 200 feet.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tom, dude. He got like 15,000 followers on that stupid reel because it had like 10 million views.
I think I saw a thumbnail the other day on Instagram of him running over the fence with his plow.
I don't think I saw that one. My god!
I think it's like rather new on their one.
Okay.
I think he put up a fence or something.
It's not just him though. His crew, they're crazy. They're crazy.
They're nuts.
They're having a lot of fun. I would do that, but then I'd have Xmark call and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" So like, I have to be a little bit probably more polished, you know, at this point.
Yeah. Or boss would be knocking down your door.
Boss would be like, "Hey, so we're not sponsoring LAL," and then all y'all would freak out because now your tickets double the cost because it's $1 million to rent out nice facilities. But yeah, when he did the trash can one, I was like, I've thought about hitting those. Like every guy has thought that with a plow. I'm like, I want to hit so many.
He just did everyone's inside thoughts.
Absolutely, yeah. He's got the crazy thinking there. But I remember watching his Instagram. It grew like 10,000 followers in like a week. I'm like, I'm gonna go hit a trash can right now. Like, let's go. That's funny. Well, let's do this. We're gonna film the trailer setup and the lockers. So we'll do all that mess, and we're gonna go die in 99-degree heat.
It's not that bad.
It's actually not that bad. But we'll go film that, and then for any of you guys listening in real time, you can check out the Brian's Law Maintenance YouTube channel, 7 p.m. Eastern. All this will drop, which will be really cool, and you get to see the visual to the audio. But if people want to see more of you guys or follow along, or maybe they're local and they want to network, I always love plugging where you guys are found. That way people can connect with you. So what do you guys have on socials or your handles?
Yeah, you can just follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, TNT Premier Landscape.
Cool.
Or you can visit our website at www.tntpremierlandscape.com.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And any final thoughts or words for you guys, or business tips, or to the younger you 4 or 5 years ago? Any motivational or encouraging thoughts?
No, I mean, just don't give up, I guess.
Yeah, don't give up. Do good work, and networking is probably your best thing there that can help your business grow.
Love it.
The more people you know, the
Yeah,
the better your business will be.
Don't look at the other companies around town and think of them as competition. Think of them as a friend and a resource to help you grow your business.
Great advice.
That was one of the things that really helped us.
Don't be afraid to ask them.
Yeah.
The most of them, the ones that want to grow and have their own businesses grow, will help the smaller guy grow. So.
Yep.
Yeah, the last podcast, one of the last ones we did a little while ago with was a gentleman named Mason, I think Lane Green, and he called up like the top 100 list back at home, like all the biggest companies, in his area, and he like literally just started going to lunch with these guys.
Yeah,
one guy had like a $30 million company, a $50 million company, $10 million company. He's like all of them said yes.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, most of the people above you will lend a hand back and help you.
Yeah.
All the people that are below you or hating, they don't have anything going on anyway.
Exactly.
So it's just funny how that all works. So awesome. Well, no, you guys are doing big things. Proud of you guys. You guys are a wrap up for this 2024 Teenager Touring Series. Really proud of you guys. You guys are kicking butt. I'm glad it all worked out. This was a little bit more of a last minute pivot last couple of weeks and found some cheap flights to Tulsa. And I'm like, bro, if you can pick me up, I'm going to Oklahoma, bro.
Yeah.
And
Tulsa's not not a hard one to get into. I can tell you that.
No,
it's good to have you. Here.
This is good.
Come on down to the great state of Oklahoma. A little hot and probably a little different grass type than up where you're.
The grass is totally different.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the Bermuda?
Yep.
Yeah. It's, we're driving around. I'm like, you guys have got to come see Kentucky Blue. Like it's 4 or 5 inches. And what was the line your customer said? If we step on the grass?
Yeah, there's a couple customers and they're like, if we step on the grass, we don't want the grass touching the top of our feet.
That's crazy.
Like, we can do that. We can make it happen.
Yep.
So,
it's literally carpet.
Yeah. Cut
Bermuda.
it low and let it stay green.
Love it,
Give
man.
it water and she'll grow.
I love it. Awesome. All right. Well, cool. Well, guys, we'll button up right here. Thanks again to the show sponsor, the tour sponsors, and we'll catch up with you guys here on the next one.
We hope you guys enjoyed this interview for the 2024 Teenager Lawn Tourpreneur Series. If you'd like to see more from each guest, including a full tour of their business and lawn care setup, we invite you every Monday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern to check out the Brian's Lawn Maintenance YouTube channel. Thanks for listening, and get after it, friends.
This is your invitation to Lawntrepreneur Academy Live 2024 on November 2nd in Novi, Michigan. Prepare for a dynamic day filled with expert sessions on cash flow management, business automation, client retention, marketing strategies, and more. Our stellar lineup of speakers includes Sam Rankin, Pat Murray, Ken Deemer, Brian Fullerton, Sam Gemble, Mark Bradley, Jeff Joyner. Connect with industry peers, win fantastic giveaways, and elevate your business. Don't miss our Friday night mixer for some great networking and fun. Enhance your experience with our exclusive Sunday masterclass sessions on November 3rd, featuring Jeff Joyner, Mark Bradley, and Sam Gemble. These intensive 3-hour classes are limited to 20 seats each, offering you tailored advice from the pros. Secure your tickets for Saturday at $249 until September 17th. Then, the price jumps to $297. Visit LawEntrepreneurAcademy.com to register for Saturday and reserve your masterclass spot for Sunday. This is your opportunity to grow and network with the best in the industry.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.